Have you ever had that dream? The one where you create something once and then sell it over and over again? Well, in this explainer, we're handing you the exact blueprint to make that happen. Let's dive right in.
I mean, that's the dream, isn't it? That's the whole magic of digital products. You build something one time, and it can keep making you money again and again. We're talking about serious scalability and, yeah, that holy grail, passive income. Okay, so what are we talking about here exactly? A digital product is just, well, it's something you sell online that isn't a physical thing. Like an ebook, a digital planner, some cool templates, maybe even a course. And the best part? No inventory piled up in your garage and zero shipping headaches. It's pretty amazing. All right, let's just bust a huge myth right out of the gate. So many people think you need to be some kind of tech wizard to do this. And I'm here to tell you, you don't. Not at all. Honestly, the most successful products are made with super simple, easy-to-use tools. The real secret is just solving a problem for someone. So here's our game plan. We're going to talk about the digital gold rush, how to find your perfect niche, validate your idea so you don't waste time, build the thing, and then, of course, launch it and get it out there. All right, first up, the digital gold rush. So why is right now the absolute best time to jump in? It's simple. The cost to get started is practically zero. You can build this incredible asset with unlimited potential, literally from your laptop, without a huge investment. It's a massive opportunity. Okay, so where does this journey actually begin? It all starts with finding your niche. And this is so much more than just picking something you want to make. It's about finding that perfect sweet spot where what you love doing actually makes money. Honestly, this is probably the most important decision you'll make. So how do you actually find this magical niche? Well, think of it like a Venn diagram with 3 circles. The first circle is your skills, what you're good at. The second is your passions, what you actually enjoy. And the third, and this one's crucial, is market demand, what people are willing to pay for. Right in the middle, where those 3 things overlap, that's your gold mine. But what about that last piece, the market demand? How do you know if people will buy it? The good news is you don't have to guess. You can use free tools. Check out Google Trends to see what's popular. Go browse the bestseller lists on places like Etsy. What you're looking for is a wave you can ride, a growing trend, not a pond that's already way too crowded. Okay, listen up, because this next step is a non-negotiable. I'm serious. Validate before you create. This is the single step that separates the people who succeed from the ones who waste months building something to the sound of crickets. It's all about making sure people will actually open their wallets for what you're making. I mean, just think about it. You're at a fork in the road. Path 1, you guess. You spend all this time and energy, and you risk building a total flop. Path 2, you do a little research, you validate, and you build with total confidence, knowing there's a market ready and waiting. I know which path I'd choose. It's a complete game changer. And look, validation sounds complicated, but it's really not. We're talking about simple stuff. Run a poll on Instagram, use a keyword tool to see what problems people are actively Googling. And here's my favorite, the ultimate test. Offer a pre-sale. If people give you money for something that isn't even finished yet, bam, you've struck gold. All right, so you've got a validated idea. Now it's time for the fun part, building it. But we're not going to spend a year making it perfect. Nope, we're going to create what's called a minimum viable product, an MVP. The goal is to get a simple but super valuable version out there fast. And remember that whole you don't need to be a tech wizard thing? Here's why. You can build incredible products with tools you probably already use. Canva is a powerhouse for templates and planners. Good old Google Docs is perfect for an ebook. Gamma is amazing for slides. See? Simple, effective, no coding required. Now, this next point is a huge mindset shift, so really let it sink in. You are not selling features, you are selling a transformation. Nobody cares that your ebook is 50 pages long. They care about the result. You're not selling a workbook, you're selling the feeling of clarity and confidence they'll have when they're done with it. That's what people buy. Okay, let's talk money. How much should you charge for this thing? A really solid starting range for a first product is somewhere between, say, $7 and $97. It's a low enough risk for someone to buy, but it's high enough that you're not totally undervaluing all your hard work. And here's a pro tip for making more money. Use pricing tiers. So you can have a basic version that's just the ebook. Then you offer a premium version that includes the ebook, plus a workbook and a checklist. It gives people options, and trust me, it can seriously boost your revenue. Okay, Deep Beth, this is where it gets really exciting. You've validated, you've built, now it's time to launch and grow. Let's talk about the plan to actually get this thing out into the world and into the hands of people who need it.
Your next big question is, where do I sell this? Well, you've got options. If you want dead simple, Gumroad is your best friend. If you're making something creative, Etsy has a massive built-in audience you can tap into. Thinking long-term with your own brand, Shopify is the way to go. And if you're watching every penny, PayHip has really low fees.
So your promotion playbook is really a two-part strategy. First, the pre-launch. This is all about building hype. Drop teasers on social media, get people onto an email list. Then, post-launch, you shift gears to long-term growth. Think SEO on your product pages and creating content that pulls people in.
All right, we've covered a ton of ground. That brings us to our final section, your digital roadmap. Let's just pull it all together and make sure you're ready to hit the ground running. Now, I want to share a few common mistakes that trip people up just so you can sidestep them completely. First, don't you dare skip validation. Second, keep your first product simple. Third, don't underprice your value. And finally, maybe don't rely on just one single platform to sell your product. If you take away just one thing from all of this, let it be this mantra: progress, not perfection. Seriously, your first product is not going to be perfect, and that is totally okay. The whole point is to get it out there, learn from what people say, and make it better over time. Just start. So I'm going to leave you with one final question to really get your wheels turning. For just a minute, forget about what you're going to make. Forget about ebooks or templates. Instead, ask yourself this: what specific problem will my first digital product solve? If you start with that question, you're already way ahead of the game.